from HFLS, and I'm going to show you today how you can make an 808 that sounds like this. Yeah, so as you see, today we're going a little bit about sound design, and I'm going to show you how you can make these 808s with stock plugins and with some third-party plugins. Make sure to get this 808 and every other sound I use in this tutorial from our website HighFiLowSound.com. You can also buy beats from 3 producers there, including me. You can buy drum kits, you can buy samples, you can get free drum kits, and yeah, just check it out. And let's dive right into this. So, what you are going first for is just to pull up a 3x oscillator from Fruity Loops, because an 808 is basically a sine wave that is distorted. And the first thing you're going to do is turn off oscillator 2 and 3, because we're just going to need this oscillator to generate a sine wave. Now we go to the piano roll and just place in a note at C3. Oh, that's the 808. So, should sound like this. Let's make it a little more quiet so it's not as loud. Okay, so we have this sine wave, but an 808 usually has a transient in the beginning that is mostly a kick drum or a really fast pitch down. So the 808 is starting from a high pitch and then really fastly pitch down to the key or to the note that you want. And yeah, so I think we are going to go down 1 octave. Let's go up 1. Yeah, that's the correct octave. Just do what you're comfortable with. And now we are gonna drag that out to fill about this length. So you have 16 beats. And yeah, let's just put that in the playlist so we can play it over and over. Let's make it small. The reason I'm dragging it out that long is that if you pitch up an 808 that you have sampled out, it gets shorter, of course, because it's played faster. So if you're using resampling in the sampler, if you use an 808 right here, it will lead to the 808 being short. So if you're making it at a low pitch, you gotta keep it really long. Yeah. Next thing I'm going to do is go to the 3x oscillator again. Let's make it a little bit shorter so we can hear the impact on the beginning. Go to the 3x oscillator, go to this little knob right here. Go to the envelope, select the pitch, and turn down each and every knob on this. And then drag up the amount all the way, and then give it a little bit of decay. So what you're hearing now is the kick that we just simulated. If you just want to generate a kick, you can just feel free to make this note a little bit shorter, and then you have a kick drum that you made your own. But as we are going to go on 808s, I'm going to show you how to do it with this. So yeah, I think that decay is pretty good. Just play around with the settings till it fits your needs. And yeah, let's just put it on a mixer track like I already have. And there you can see that the kick is as loud as the tail of the 808. That's what we don't want. So we just pick a kick drum from our kit. Let's go to the LMG drums. You can find this sample kit as the HFLS Ultra drums on our website. so it has got a different name right now, but just check it out on the site, you will find it. And yeah, I'm going to select this kick right here, and then just place it in the pattern. So let's do it like this. You can also render out the 808, but I want to be free to change it at any point. Okay, so now we can pull up our kick drum and oh shit, yeah, so like that, and put it on our mixer track so we can see what it does. Just don't have a limiter on the master track because it will squash your sound. So pull down the volume of the master if you see it peaking above 0 dB, and then just balance the sounds out so that you have a strong transient, a strong impact on your kick, and also a good sounding tail. So now you have a really clean 808, but we want a pretty dirty 808. So what we are going to do is we can distort them both together. So what I would do in this case would be just use your master channel, your sound designing. You can just use every channel as you want. Just use your master channel and then put on maybe a fruity fast distortion. But just keep an eye on the levels. So you have to roll down the post in this case. And then just play around with these settings until you have something you like. I'm just going to pull up another distortion plugin, which is Camel Crusher. But you can also take the Hardcore plugin from Fruity Loops and play around with the distortion. So let's turn off all of these. Turn down glass, turn down comp, turn down distortion. So now you're hearing that you can hear that the kick drum is being pretty distorted. So I'm going to maybe use another distortion on this, but you can just switch to the presets and this would be nice for an overtone. So we can render that out right now, I think. Just turn off the kick and just let's just render that out so we can put it over our 808 sound that we are going to use. To render out a sound, you can just select this knob, this little button on this channel, and then on a Mac it's Alt and R. I think on Windows it will be the same, to render out the sound as a waveform. It's just easier to work with it like that. Okay, so we have rendered it. The sound just played with distortion. That was funny. Okay, and now we're just going to take only the 808 and distort it a little bit. So let's remove everything on the master channel. Real quick. Okay. So we have just this sound. Okay. And then I'm going to take a Camel Crusher and set it to the British Clean. And what I'm going to do now is firstly pull down the volume and then use the fat mode of the compressor, turn it down a little, use a filter for cutoff, turn down a mech or mech, tube distortion. And then filter it. So what I'm going to do now is put a fast distortion in front of it, just to get that initial distortion. And in sound design everything is possible, so just keep on exploring all plugins and do it your own way. But this is only a suggestion. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is take my 808 and pitch it down 1 octave to see if the distortion will work properly. Okay, now that's the sound we wanted. And now I'm going to activate my kick drum over there. Okay, I think I might give the kick drum a little clip max. It's a free plugin, you can download it at freevsts.com. Just check out the description, it will be there. I will have a link. And yeah, just turn up the ceiling, so or turn down the ceiling a little bit, so the kick drum will distort a little. Okay, let's check our master level. Okay, that's great. So what we can do now is just send our 808 to a separate channel and give it some effects in the higher keys, because we don't want to affect the bass. Right now I think the bass part of it is really great. So on this channel we only have the higher frequencies of it, and on this channel we have all frequencies in mono. If you are not sure if everything you send in is in mono, you can just turn up this knob to get mono on this channel. And yeah, then we can play around. I sometimes use a fruity chorus and just give it a little bit of chorus. So your 808 is just a little bit stereoed in the frequencies from 220 and up. So I think 200 is the lowest you can go, but you should be over 200, so it doesn't affect the mix in the end. And yeah, I think I'm going to render that out for right now. Just click the little button right here to make a disc recording. You can also right click it to pull up a window where you can select how you want to name it. And yeah, I'm going to hold Alt and R to render it out right now. Just click start, render it out. And then we have our rendered 808 right here. And we can remove everything above here. And I will take the first render that I did and just blend that in a little bit. So give it a little bit of volume. Yeah, I think I might pitch it down. Okay, so now that I have pitched it down, we can listen to it and check out if it sounds good or if I just won't use it in there. Yeah, I think just a little of it will do. Okay, I think that sounds good. So now I will pull up a a fruity compressor just to compress my sound a little bit more so that the volume is more consistent. I'm going to use a 2.0 ratio. I will have my attack on about 20 milliseconds so it doesn't affect the kick transient in the beginning. And my release will be relatively short, so I'm going to take about 50 milliseconds. So yeah, but maybe let's just go with 300 milliseconds and see what happens. And yeah, the threshold I'm going to pull down until I get at least 2 dB gain reduction. So there we have our 2 dB gain reduction, and now we're going to compensate that with the makeup gain on our compressor. Yeah, let's do a little bit higher ratios so the kick in the beginning isn't that loud. And let's go a little bit down with the attack. Yeah, in this case the attack at 5.2 milliseconds is pretty nice. And my threshold at minus 25 dB also fits my needs pretty good. So now we are ready to render our 808 out and yeah, bounce, and we are ready, I think. So have fun with the little tricks I just showed you, and check out our website HighFiLowSound.com. You can get kits, beats, samples, free drum kits, everything you can imagine. And yeah, if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If not, don't. And subscribe to our channel and have fun with this tutorial. Peace.